Summer Anime 2025 is here, dropping some of the most highly anticipated anime of the year, like the return of bangers like Dawn to Dawn in Kaiju 8's second season, as well as the debut of a brand new, creepy as hell horror anime. However, there is one anime out there, one brand new anime for Summer Anime 2025 that has completely taken the anime world by storm. This anime receiving an 8.81 on my anime list, making it the 33rd most popular anime of all time. And maybe the most shocking thing to me is it's a romance drama anime. Hello everyone, I'm Finn. Welcome back to Finn Films. Join me today as I am discussing what might be the best anime of 2025. An anime that has taken the internet completely by storm and overnight has become one of the highest rated anime of all time. A little romance anime called The Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity. Okay, so The Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity. Holy shit, man, that is like an actual mouthful. What is up with anime having completely bonkers names nowadays? Anyway, this anime is a romance drama shonen, telling the story of an unlikely friendship and relationship between two people. A delinquent, intimidating, and scary-looking boy named Rentaru and a sweet, adorable, rich girl named Kaoruko. Apologies if once again I have butchered Japanese names. I'm doing my best. Have a little grace for me. It's been 10 years since I lived in Japan. This cute little love story being a very kind of Romeo and Juliet-esque story. A tale of forbidden love, if you will. That's because these two characters go to different schools that absolutely hate each other. One school being a nest for delinquents, not my words, the words of the anime, the other being a rich kid private academy. Yeah, I bet you can guess which character goes to which school. Holy shit, though, that would actually be a complete banger idea for an anime if these two characters were swapped, and it was actually the girl who was the delinquent. Yo, someone get on that. Now, when I made my video previewing the upcoming anime for summer 2025, I saw that there were several romance shonen anime coming up, including this anime. Now, while all of these anime looked cute, this one specifically, and I thought that I might check it out at some point, I never did expect this anime to somehow become the most popular anime of what might be the best summer blocks of anime in recent memory. I mean, legit, summer 2025 block of anime is one of the best blocks of anime that I've seen in a long time. I mean, we got Dawn to Dawn Season 2, what was arguably the best anime of 2024, Kaiju 8 Season 2, another banger anime from 2024, as well as a crazy new, extremely deep and interesting new anime like Gachi Akuta, and the anime I was most excited for, the horror mystery The Summer Hikaru Died, along with several other anime that are super bangin'. Not only is The Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity the most popular anime to come out this year, its 8.81 score making it the 33rd most popular anime of all time. For some context, while only 2 episodes of this anime have been released at the time of recording, it has a higher score than Attack on Titan the final season, parts 1 and 2, Vinland Saga seasons 1 and 2, Hajime no Ippo, and what might be most shocking to me of all, Cowboy fucking Bebop. Cowboy Bebop, dude. What the fuck is this? To make matters worse, this anime is listed as a summer 2025 anime. But if you actually go on to Netflix, you'll be saddened to see that this anime doesn't drop until September of 2025, at least here in the United States. What the fuck, Netflix? That is not cool, man. Of course, this anime is out in Japan and other parts of Asia right now. So if you were a resourceful anime fan, you very easily could find some place to watch it. Now, personally, I wouldn't recommend you do such a thing, of course not, but if you really wanted to, I'm sure that you could very easily find a way or find a place to watch this anime right now.
9 anime. Stop right there, criminal scum! Nobody breaks the law on my watch!
Now, obviously, we need to take a My Anime List score with a little bit of a pinch of salt. At the end of the day, scoring review sites, whether it be My Anime List or something like Rotten Tomatoes, are just an amalgamation of other people's opinions put together. I find the My Anime List scores, though, because I always like to see what other anime fans are thinking, and I think that the community does do a good job in coming together to rank a score of an anime. At the end of the day, though, it is up to determine for each person if they do really like a thing, and there's been plenty of times when I've seen an anime on My Anime List that I really like that gets a mediocre score, or an anime on My Anime List that gets a banger score that I'm like, this is mid as hell. So then I desperately wanted to see for myself just how good this anime really was, if it really did deserve a 8.81 on My Anime List, if it deserved to be ranked higher than one of my favorite anime of all time, Cowboy Bebop. So again, this anime follows the unlikely love story between two characters from two different backgrounds. The delinquent boy, Rentaro, and the sweet rich girl, Kaoruku. Episode 1 of the anime opens with a group of schoolgirls singing a choir song, as we get introduced to the premise of our story and the differences between these two schools. Now, this very much took me off guard, as the singing of the schoolgirls becomes the background kind of soundtrack, this being a media technique called diegetic, something like that, music. Sometimes this is being referred to as source music. This being a film technique where basically like the soundtrack is coming from the actual world and being heard by the characters. So in this instance specifically, these school kids singing this choir song is music that's actually happening in the in the anime and the show, but then it also becomes the background music. This is the second time this week I've talked about this film technique, because the Summer Hikaru Died does the exact same thing, literally also with a group of high school kids singing a kind of choir-esque song. What are the odds? What a crazy random coincidence. I am a sucker for this film technique, though. I'm a big fan of this, so a thumbs up from me. We are then hit with our intro animation and intro song, both being pretty banger, if I do say so myself. I mean, if you're gonna have a anime with a high-ranking score on My Anime List, it basically has to have both an banger intro song and a banger intro anime sequence. And I have to say that Cloverworks definitely nailed the anime intro sequence for this anime. We then see a bunch of delinquent kids having a little confrontation on the streets, when they are interrupted by our main character, Rentaro, who scares the absolute shit out of them. Yeah, it's safe to say my boy Rentaro has that, he's got that aura about him, and people are seemingly absolutely terrified of him just because of what he looks like. The boys then walk to school, where they encounter a group of girls from their next door neighbor school, the Girls' Academy, Kikyo. These girls immediately giving them the cold shoulder. This scene very much introducing us to the relationship between these two sets of characters, between these two schools, the fact that the ladies from the Girls' Academy completely look down upon their neighbor delinquent high school boys. So then our first introduction to our main character, our protag boy Rentaro, is that he is a tall, intimidating delinquent boy with giga aura. My boy be aura farming out here. Only to find out that his family runs a pastry shop where he regularly works at. Here is where we are introduced to our second main character, the sweet, cute girl with a massive sweet tooth, Karuko. The girl immediately running away at seeing Rentaro, who assumes that this is because he's so scary. Rentaro really dwelling on this interaction with this girl who he thinks is super cute, dwelling on this the next day, letting it kind of fill his mind as he desperately wants to apologize to her. The next day, Rentaro's mom tells him that the girl is back and she actually wants to talk with him, the two sitting down together to eat some cake, where to his surprise, she apologizes to him, saying that she was embarrassed at someone seeing, 1, how much she ate, and 2, she's never had a guy stare at her like that before. My fellas, my homies, my brothers out there, pro tip: if you like a girl, if you think she's cute, don't stare at her like this. I promise it does not work out in real life like it does in this anime. Karuko, we learn, is a bit of a little dork with a massive sweet tooth. This girl completely losing it over all sorts of sweet desserts and pastries, and man, can I relate to that. The two then have this extremely adorable, sweet little interaction, almost a date, if you will. This scene is adorable, it's super cute, you can tell that they both like each other, there's a lot of adorable little blushing, overall the cuteness vibes are off the chart. I felt like I wanted to throw up. My boy Rentaro is completely shook that not only is this girl not scared of him, but she also seems to like him. Rentaro then asking if he can walk her home to the train station. We then learn that ever since Rintaro was a kid, he has been bullied relentlessly and put down for how he looks and how he acts. Everyone thinking that this guy is just absolutely terrifying, just seemingly because of how he looks. So this interaction with this adorable, cute girl who is not scared of him has seemingly completely broken his mind. Rintaro then returns home after walking her to the station, only for his mom to come rushing into his room, saying that she found the girl's to-go order lying on the ground on the street somewhere, asking if Rintaro made sure that she got home safe. Meanwhile, we see these two delinquent boys who Rintaro interacted with in the opening scenes of the episode have her cornered on a wall in a sus as fuck scene. Rintaro races out to find her, stumbling upon these guys, telling her that Rintaro is a delinquent who attends Chidori High. To our surprise and to Rintaro's, Karuko actually stands up for him, telling the guys they shouldn't badmouth him behind his back. The other boy saying that he only wanted to use her to get back at him, as he then goes to punch her in the face. Goddamn, bro, excuse me, I didn't realize that this was this type of anime. Talk about some absolutely wild, unhinged behavior. I think my dude has been watching too much red pill content.
You're such an idiot, it's just hard to even imagine. If you give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. If you give a man a rat, you satisfy his rat desire.
However, Rintaro comes flying in out of nowhere to save her, taking the hit for her. The boys then running off in terror as Karuko frantically tries to treat his bleeding head. Rintaro apologizing, believing that it was his fault that she was put in danger in this situation. Karuko saying thank you for saving her as he walks her the rest of the way to the station after the two share this adorably cute, wholesome as hell moment. The next day, Rintaro arrives early at school, unable to sleep, as he was thinking about this girl and this interaction all night long. Yeah, my boy is def hung up. He then looks out the window across the street at the Kyukyo Girls Academy when he suddenly sees the window opening. To his shock, the one opening the window is this girl, the girl Karuko. Rintaro, realizing that this girl that he has completely fallen for, goes to the school across the street. The school that completely hates him as the episode ends. Okay, where do we even start with this anime? First off, I want to give Cloverwork some credit for the animation quality. Overall, it did look great. There were several different animation styles that they used throughout this anime, coinciding with the different kind of vibe of the anime, whether it be a comedy moment or a real kind of serious moment. And overall, I have to say that the animation quality is pretty top-notch, which we could come to kind of expect from Cloverworks. As well, I thought the soundtrack is pretty damn good. As well, the intro song is a banger, so props there. To my shock, as I've been getting older, I found myself actually enjoying romance anime. Long gone are the days where the only thing I cared about were action shonen or sports anime. So then from a wholesome love story perspective, I have to say that this story is intoxicatingly, absolutely disgustingly cute. This legit is one of the cutest little love stories I've ever seen in my life, and I would die for these two characters. It's actually funny because one of the things that I love about a show like Dandadan the most, besides the comedy, which is hilarious and unhinged, is actually the adorable, cute romance love story. It's surprisingly one of my favorite things about a show like Dandadan. So then I have to give them props for actually making me care about these two characters and the prospect of their relationship. And we can already see kind of the dynamic that they have going on here. Again, this is a very Romeo and Juliet-like story, a story of two star-crossed lovers, two characters that genuinely care about each other and want to be with each other, but are from two different backgrounds that make them, drastically different, and also make other people around them kind of look down upon this relationship, seemingly this being more of a problem with the girls' private academy, as I imagine our main character girl here is going to run into some issues when the other girls find out that the boy she likes goes to the delinquent school across the street, and my boy has massive aura. I can already imagine some hilarious character interactions, and I think that this anime is shockingly pretty funny at times, while obviously simultaneously being adorably wholesome and a romance anime. Overall, I'm actually genuinely surprised about how good this anime is and how much I actually enjoyed it. As far as romance and love stories goes, it is adorable, it is wholesome as hell, it is cute as fuck. I actually do really enjoy the two main characters and their relationship and potential, interactions with one another, which is obviously extremely important in a romance comedy anime when most of the interactions and most of the things on screen are going to be taking place between these two characters. As well, I really like the voice acting. I like the premise of the story. It actually genuinely shocked me because I wasn't expecting to see a guy try to punch this girl in the face, which is straight up unhinged. Overall, I have to say, it's pretty damn good. If I was going to give it a score, I would probably give it at least an 8 out of 10. Now, the question is, though, is this anime overhyped? That is the question we all want to know. At the end of the day, I would probably say yes. But here's the thing. It's ultimately what you like, what you enjoy. What kind of anime, what kind of story do you like? Are you someone who enjoys romance comedy? Then you probably really like this anime. Are you someone who's a just action shonen beat 'em up fan? This probably isn't for you. At the end of the day, I do think this anime is really solid. It is one of several extremely really good anime that are coming out this summer. I mean, there's at least like 5, 6 anime I can think of that I've watched so far this summer off the top of my head that I would give an 8 out of 10, which to me is a pretty high score. However, do I think that this anime deserves to be a top 30, top 40 anime of all time, to be ranked higher than an anime like Cowboy Bebop, Vinland Saga, and Attack on Titan the final season? No, I don't. Again, that's just my personal opinion. I am a massive fan of Cowboy Bebop, Vinland Saga, and Attack on Titan, so to be ranked higher than those 3 anime, you'd have to do something special, and personally, I just don't think this anime has done that so far. Maybe by the time that season 1 is all said and done, I will change my mind and I will think it's better. I think at the end of the day, though, while I like romance comedy anime, romance kind of, drama anime, I like it more than I thought I would, to begin with when I was going into it. I just think that I like other genres of anime more, so it will, it's hard for me to rank it above those 3 anime, all of those 3 anime being absolute slappers, bangers. At the end of the day, though, guys, this is just my thoughts and opinions, so let me know yours in the comment section down below. If you did enjoy this video or learn something new, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, as that is the easiest way to support me. It also goes a long way in putting this video into the algorithm, and it is the easiest way, to support me, and it's free. As well, I hurt my hip recently, so my doctor has been telling me that I need to stand up more often, so I might be making more videos standing up like this. Let me know in the comment section down below if you like that or if it's weird. If you did enjoy this video or learn something new, then why don't you check out some of my other anime content, which will be on the screen now. Again, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next video. Until next time, stay safe out there. Peace, love, adieu.